Yeah, because you talk about how being honest makes kids actually respect what you're saying. If you're just like, say no to drugs, drugs are bad. If you smoke weed, you'll be a loser forever. Like, they're just going to tune you out.
Correct. So I actually got some guidance early on from my youngest brother, Kevin, your cousin as well.
I know him. Yep. I
Yes,
know
you
him.
don't. So he had heard a speaker, and he was a junior in high school, I believe it was, either a junior or a senior in high school. And it was basically a zero tolerance approach, where basically the guy was saying that if you end up with a red solo cup in your hand, eventually you're going to end up with a needle in your arm. And it's just not accurate. It's not true. Sure, it can happen that way, and it does happen that way, but it's not going to happen that way for everyone. And the truth is, it's not going to happen that way for most people. Most people in this country do not end up addicted to heroin, and that's the truth. But you don't know who it's going to happen to. You don't know if it's going to happen or how serious that addiction is going to be, if it's going to carry over into mental health. There are a lot of people who struggle with mental health disorders, whether it's depression or anxiety, and the use of substances can send them over the edge, right? Can make
Hmm.
it that much worse. People self-medicate as well. Like if you suffer from an anxiety disorder, and this was also something I think that I struggled with from a lot of speakers, is they just make it seem like drugs are always all bad.
Hmm.
And if you're a kid who struggles with anxiety and you are just filled with anxiety all the time and fear, and somebody gives you a Xanax for your first time, you're not going to feel worse. You're going to feel better at
Right.
first. The point to remember is that it is a controlled substance. It's very, very addictive, and you're going to become tolerant. You're going to become dependent on it, and your tolerance is going to go up, and you're eventually going to need more to achieve the same effect. And then without it, you get sick, you go through withdrawals and all of that. So that's the point we need to get there. But don't tell somebody that their first use is always going to be a bad experience, because a lot of the times it's really not. And it's not about the first, it's really about where it can lead to.
And also, if the first was so bad, why would people be getting addicted to these things?
Exactly. You need to concede to certain arguments that this is the reality. And if you're going to try and lie, especially to high school students, especially to juniors and seniors who you
They're at the height of their skepticism
yeah,
already.
yeah, you can't lie to juniors and seniors. They know what's good. They know what's going on. And if you're just going to sit there and try and like lie to them and be like, "Yeah, we," and do like a little wink, wink, we got them. I mean, I've had some people before I go out on a stage, and they'll say, scare them straight. I'm like,
Yeah.
what? What?
And
No,
you're
no,
like, no, no, I'm going to do what I do. You
no.
invited me here.
I'm like, I'm not gonna scare them straight. Fear is not what keeps me sober. It's the complete opposite. It's love.
Hmm.
That's what keeps you sober.
Interesting. Yeah, you could say those two are kind of in competition. And, anger, I've heard this described a lot in meditation circles, that anger is just a way of expressing fear.
Hmm.
It's a way to mask fear or to like not look at dark things. And probably so is a lot of addiction, right? Would you say